there is a way out.
There is a way out. Human beings often feel lost and afraid of the world. However, what many fail to realize is that there is a solution to this feeling of fear and uncertainty. It involves discovering one's true self. This is the only way anyone has ever found relief from the pain of feeling disconnected, alone, and isolated. For example, one might consider the story of a prince who was taken from his royal home and grew up in poverty. Eventually, he rebelled against his impoverished existence. He meticulously plotted to seize the throne and succeeded through a combination of tactics and fighting. However, despite becoming king, he was constantly worried and on edge. He feared retaliation from others longing for power, leading to a life filled with anxiety and unease. Upon discovering his true identity, he realizes he is meant to be a king. Understanding that he doesn't need to forcibly keep what is rightfully his, he now holds a regal awareness that is free from fear and threats, allowing him to reign with peaceful authority. Our behavior as humans, often silly, insane, and even criminal, stems from our unawareness of the kingdom of heaven existing within us. Understanding and acknowledging the goodness within ourselves leads to salvation, liberation, and enlightenment. By reconnecting with our eternal essence, we find peace and remain in the place where we have always existed without realizing it. Because each individual is aware of who he really is, he is a king. He merely needs to acknowledge that he is a monarch by birthright and not strive to be anything else. How can we put this concept into practice? If you were fearless, how would you feel? Have that feeling. If you knew that no one could harm you, how would you treat other people? Act in that manner. If you realized that so-called misfortune couldn't affect you, how would you respond to it? React in such a manner. If you knew you were actually okay, how would you feel about yourself? Consider things that way. These are states of awareness befitting kings. You live like a king when you coexist with them. It's an intriguing experience. Someone who is independent may find themselves at home one day and suddenly realize that they are idle, without anything exciting to do, no goals to strive for, no one to converse with, and yet they do not feel unhappy. He is aware of how he would have reacted in a similar situation a year or two ago. Back then, he would have been anxious and felt empty without any external distractions. However, he is different now. He is no longer controlled by his emotions. He can see past the deceit of negative thoughts. He remains calm and composed. That's all there is to it. Seeking connection with a higher power can lead to a transformative experience, both in the present and in the afterlife, which is considered a profound secret. Following the mystic path can guide individuals towards this new way of living. The average person's daily routine can be compared to that of a pendulum. Positive events, such as a pay raise or a compliment in his external life, may initially boost his mood. However, he quickly switches to feeling down as these positive occurrences lose their significance. Throughout the day, he finds himself constantly shifting between confidence and fear, happiness and sadness, tranquility and anxiety, contentment and anger, and certainty and doubt. Subsequently, feelings of hopelessness and entrapment arise. Despite searching for answers, there is a lack of genuine optimism. While he holds on to the belief that he may find happiness tomorrow, the looming dread of returning to emptiness the following day weighs heavily on him. He is aware that any fleeting joy will quickly fade away, much like a mirage vanishing in the desert for a lost traveler. There is an alternative way of living that I wholeheartedly believe in. I am confident in this belief, and I know that actually experiencing it for yourself is the most convincing way to understand its truth. If you are open to changing and are willing to embrace new principles, nothing can stop you from experiencing a different life. The extent of our life transformation depends on how much truth we are willing to accept and face without avoiding it. So what is needed for someone to attain the greatest secret on earth? It is not about physical attributes such as strength, confidence, or youthfulness. The only requirement is being open to listening and learning something new. By meeting this requirement, everything becomes achievable. All individuals, irrespective of gender, have a feeling that there is more to life than what meets the eye. The fact that they constantly search for something better is a clear indication that such possibilities exist. Our goal is to bring this instinctive feeling to the surface of consciousness, where it can enhance and enrich our lives like pearls retrieved from the depths of the ocean. At this stage, we can address a significant challenge faced by those genuinely seeking answers. As they embark on their journey, they grapple with the fear that their pursuit may just be an illusion. They worry that the solution they seek might not actually be attainable. Past disappointments weigh heavily on them, amplifying the anxiety that their latest attempt may also end in disappointment. Don't give up. If he continues despite uncertainty and setbacks, he will eventually discover the answer. The answer is out there and has been found by mystics who can show the way, but the revelation must be experienced personally. So dare to believe that even a small insight will lead to more. It always does. Be bold in your endeavors, and you will achieve great things. Embracing a spiritual life may not be everyone's desire. It's important not to force spirituality, but instead focus on being a well-balanced person. Allow these values to guide you in being true to who you are as a genuine, honest, and fearless individual. By following these principles, mysticism can not only promote mental well-being, but offer much more than that.